Good afternoon, Kris. We'll just begin with some housekeeping. Is Pickard or Ingram starting for you tonight?
Ingram's starting goalie tonight.
Ingram. Do you have any other lineup changes? Outside of Roslovic coming in, of course.
Roslovic's coming in, and Lazar's also coming in.
Lazar's also coming in. Okay. When it comes to Hudson, because I know you guys just tempted down, a quick word on him before we talk. What did you see from him? What were some of the positives that you liked from his game that you hope he can take down to the AHL?
I thought he was very composed with the puck, and I think he's coming a long way from his first NHL training camp. Coming in the first NHL training camp, there's obviously nerves, and you're not really familiar, and you're not sure about the game. And he's obviously gone down to Bakersfield and played really well, scoring a lot of goals, putting up points, a lot on the power play, a lot 5-on-5, and he was able to come here and translate those skills. Not only was he rewarded with a goal going to the net, but I saw some other things with his offensive play, just creating stuff. So he's a lot faster than I remembered him from training camp. He's feeling just more confident, skating a lot better. I'm certain that we'll see him down the road at some point.
And on the return of Roslovic, is it quite surprising that he, Hyman, Nugent-Hopkins, McDavid, Draisaitl, all the important key components of your offense are finally in the same lineup on December 21st? It took that long?
Yeah. It's surprisingly it's taken that long. Obviously, we knew Hyman would be missing the first part of the season with his surgery in the summertime. But having everybody now, Roslovic was playing so well before his injury, and I'm certain it's going to be a little bit of a transition period. He's not going to find his game immediately, and I hope I'm wrong on that, but just having him back in the lineup will be nice. He's provided us so much so far that since he's been with us, and a lot of it has been his the scoring. It's something that we desperately needed, is some secondary scoring.
Hi there, Kris. A couple questions on the goaltending. Any updates on Tristan Jarry at this point?
Nothing too specific. He's going to be out for a couple weeks. We won't see him until the new year at some point. And yeah, that's it.
And in regards to Connor Ingram starting, how important is it for this team to get off to a good start, give him a chance to settle in, be it that this is his first game in the NHL this season?
Yeah, well, anytime you have a new player, especially your starting goaltender, you want to allow him to be comfortable, and nothing better than making him feel comfortable is playing a good defensive game, not giving up odd man chances, keeping everything out on the perimeter as much as possible, and hopefully we can get an early lead just to settle those nerves. But he has played a lot of NHL games. He hasn't played for a while, not since last year, and but we feel it's somebody that's shown that he's a very good quality NHL goaltender that adds to our depth.
Regula skated the pregame warm-up in Minnesota. Is he not ready to play yet?
He's playing tonight.
So he's in
Sorry,
for...
that was one other guy that missed. Yes, he is playing. Regula's playing. Stillman will come out.
Stillman will come. And if Lazar's in, you have to pull another forward out, do you not? If Hudson is out and Roslovic's in, do you not? If Lazar is playing, does another forward come out?
Trent Frederick's coming up.
Okay. What do you want to see in Trent Frederick that you haven't seen, apart from the fact he's only got 2 goals and 3 points?
Just a little more consistency. I think he's played some good games, just not enough of them. I think the biggest thing for Trent is, feeling where you can contribute, where you can play your best with any player, whether you're a big physical player or even a skilled smaller guy. Nothing happens unless you're moving your feet and being fast. And Trent is not a bad skater. Like, he can move around, but I think there's a lot of I think it's paralysis by analysis, unfortunately, where I think he's, obviously the confidence is not there. When the confidence isn't there, you overthink things. Things happen slowly, and then it just takes away from your game. And, that's up to Trent and also the coaching staff, and finding him in a situation where, or a role that he can play where he can just play freely and just play on instincts. Because right now, unfortunately, he's not playing like that. You know, I have a lot of confidence in Trent. I think he's going to be a great player. But right now, joining a new team, you know, he was with us last year, but he was obviously injured for all of that time, that he wasn't able to really play his game. And now this year he has been healthy, but just hasn't been able to play at his best.
And Clattenburg, after getting the stick and cut over his eye, did something worsen? Obviously it did. He's now on long-term injury. What happened there? Because at the time you thought
No,
he'd
it
be
didn't
out a
get
week
worse.
or so.
It's just the fact that he's missed that amount of time, and the amount of players that we have with our roster right now, that he's eligible to go on that. He was not eligible to play at a certain time, so he's missing that length of time.
And Wallman and Kapanen, are you anticipating them within the first week in January?
I think both of them are close around January 1st, maybe a little bit after that, but somewhere around the new year.
And the Hudson part of it, did it also have to do with your cap situation, that he's going down as opposed
I
to
don't want
somebody
to
else?
say all the details. That's Stan.
No, I read it on
There's a
Puck
lot
Media,
of
so.
that's we have a lot of extra players early on in the years. It was easier for me just with that we didn't have all those extra players. But now that getting guys, you know, obviously Ross coming back with his salary, that unfortunately we just had to make some roster moves.
Thank you.
Hi. You work in a fishbowl, but you have a different set of information than anybody else does. How hard has it been for you to be patient this year? You know you've been to the final 2 years in a row, have elite talent, and lots of noise, but you remain patient. How hard was that to do?
Yeah, as a coach, you always want the best out of your team every single night. And you have to be careful how much you're pushing each night in each situation. I know that we could have played better a lot of nights, and we're trying to get it out of the guys. But also you understand that we have been in this situation before where the guys do figure things out, and you have to be able to address the most important details of your game, whether it's we got to get better in the defensive zone, we got to score more goals. And, you know, throughout this stretch, there's been things that we've needed to work on. You know, we started the season off horrific offensively, not generating anything. And, you know, as season progressed, we've been able to generate more offense. And a lot of that is just how well our top players are playing. Other times it's been our defensive details, whether it's in the defensive zone coverage or line rush or our turnovers. You know, as a coach, you want to be optimistic that things are going to work out, but you also can't be too patient, because winning games every night is very important. And, you know, I'm fortunate. I think we have a very mature group. They've been together. The majority of the guys are better players, have been with this team for a long time. And I guess the part of it also, to our slow start, we had a lot of new players, especially up front. Like about half our forwards were new, trying to find out where they're going to fit in our lineup, who's going to play with who. And, you know, after, you know, several weeks, that we were able to kind of figure that out and have everyone playing where we feel that they should be playing, and everyone having their chair. So, yeah, I don't know. As a coach, our coaching staff is trying to eliminate that noise for our players, because obviously there's a lot of criticism when we're not playing at our best. But you know, hopefully we're building something, and we're, you know, getting better each day.